Today's video, I'm going to crush a myth about breeding pigeons in the heat of the summer. Today is September 17th, 2025. It's at the end of breeding season. I've been breeding pigeons in Florida all summer. I didn't clean the loft. I wanted to show you some babies. I wanted to show you some droppings. How do you get pigeons to breed through the heat of the summer with no breakdown in both the breeders, the babies, or anything? No health problems, no issues at all. Very, very important, and we speak about it a lot, are the minerals. Without the minerals, the pigeons will break down. What you feed the pigeons it is nowhere near as important as the minerals. If you give a good 14 to 16% feed, and you have the natural Vitapink mineral, the mineral blocks, that's a grit mineral mix. It's grit with redstone with added minerals. I have a feeder of grain. It's a 16% protein. This one is 16%, but anything from 14 to 16% protein will work just great. This other feeder has chicken lay pellets. It's 16% chicken lay pellets, and that's for minerals and added protein. But as you can see, the birds and the babies look great. I've been breaking up the pairs. What you see will be the last round in Florida. They've been breeding all spring and summer, and it has been hot. Even my late hatches, as you can see, these late breds, they're just super. I tend to vaccinate when I separate them from the breeders, but my section where I'm going to move them to is getting a little full. So once the pigeons are broken apart, all the pairs are separated, I can separate all the birds and space them out again. Coming into this section over here, again, you can see the droppings I intentionally didn't clean. And you can see the babies I'm raising in the middle of September with high heat. And I mean, I'm talking, it's warm in Florida. Very warm. Daily, probably in the 90s Fahrenheit. I think that's like low 30s in Celsius. And the most important aspect of it are the minerals. If you keep the minerals up and you have good pigeons, they shouldn't break down. Many of my birds breed right through the body molt. Doesn't hurt them one bit. You can see the baby behind there. That actually hen right there is Cool Dude Michael. She popped into the screen. That hen has a big tumor between her vents, as big as an egg, but she's still laying. She was 15th $1 million race, the South African $1 million race with 45 day birds back in 2016. She's been a super breeding hen, but that's her baby there. She only laid one egg this round. If it hatches, I'll let the cock raise the baby. But I just wanted to give an example of these young, so you can see the droppings. Most say they're going to start pumping water and squirting water. You can't breed in the heat. The breeders break down. They get sick. Of course, they could get sick. I haven't had any issues. But if the pigeons are strong, plenty of minerals, great nutrition, they absolutely shouldn't get sick. You shouldn't worry about sickness. Breeding isn't that stressful if you provide them everything they need. I don't want the world to think I never raise a bad baby. Out of all the babies I've raised this year, this is the only one that has an issue. Not exactly sure what's wrong with it, but no matter what you do, they're not all going to be perfect. Don't panic. You get a sick baby now and again, there's weaklings. I left this baby. I wanted to show it. It's had a problem since it was young, and it never matured. It never looked right. It's shaky, but even at McLaughlin Lofts, everybody is going to raise a weakling. And it happens, and I don't want new fanciers to really worry. It doesn't bother me one bit. You raise enough babies, you're going to get an occasional problem child. I'm going to show the nest mate to give you an example. You just saw the baby that there was definitely something wrong with it. There's the nest mate. The bird is awesome. Positively perfect. Perfectly healthy, smart, super baby. No matter what you do, occasionally you're going to get a problem, and I don't want new fanciers to start worrying and start treating. It happens, you know, it happens at McLaughlin Lofts. Occasionally, you're going to get a sick bird. Let's go take a look at some of the other sections. This section right here has my youngsters that will go to a couple late one-loft races. There's a group that are going, I'm doing an auction in Guadalajara, Mexico, and a few for sale. I also have some breeder hens in here. So as you can see, there's some old birds, and until I get more organized where I can separate everything out, I can space the birds out. But these are my babies, and this is the heat of Florida. I haven't had any sickness, as everybody that follows my videos knows. I don't medicate, I don't flock treat. I use natural products. I don't worry about sickness. I let the sick ones separate themselves out from the rest. And just a nice group of healthy babies with, you know, again, some stock hens mixed in. There's a beautiful mealy that's going to be in the auction in Mexico. Stunning pigeon. This section has a few extra cocks, few extra breeding cocks that I didn't pair. A couple of them will probably go to the auction in Mexico. A couple I'll donate. And I will have these sections spaced out later in the year, even everything out, and not to have too many pigeons in each section. We're going to add one more section on this loft, one more breeding section, which will give me 3 breeding sections and enough room that I would really need to help with that. But there's some of the extras. There is one hen in here. I am hoping that she lays. By having one hen in with these cocks, I can, you know, hope. And I know if there's an egg where it came from, but she's been in here for a couple months and nothing has happened. I wanted to show you what I'm using for minerals right now. Right now, as I talk about all the time, we have the natural Vitamineral. It's the pink mineral. It's my favorite. If you can only do 2 things, a good Belgian grit and pickstone, use that natural Vitamineral. I think it's the most important. I'm using the Buyer's Grit Extra. I can buy it locally. It's very expensive to ship this stuff. So if I can buy it locally, I will. Normally I'll use the Vercel Lager all-in-one, but don't have the access to it. I like these mineral blocks. I mean, these mineral cups, the Columbine Pickstone. The birds love it too. And then these pick pots, you've seen them. It's just the Buyer's pick block. Again, the minerals are the most important part. You can almost feed them anything, but they do need the minerals. If you give them minerals, they're good pigeons. They won't break down. The birds will stay healthy. You'll be very impressed. This is Frank McLaughlin. Like and subscribe. Share my videos. I'll keep them coming, and I hope I provided a little insight today.